Hello, my sweet summer children. Mama's got some long night juice for you. To know what will happen in the future, we must first visit the past, and many secrets hide in the ruins of Summerhall. Summerhall was a lightly fortified Targaryen castle in the Stormlands. Summerhall was the Targaryens' summer castle. We might go to the beach. The Targaryens are going to Summerhall. Summerhall was seated near the foothills of the mountains that separated Dorne, the Stormlands, and the Reach, known as the Red Mountains. The heir to the Iron Throne would hold the title Prince of Dragonstone, but a younger son would be named Prince of Summerhall. At one point, Prince Maekar Targaryen was Prince of Summerhall, and his brother, Prince Baelor Breakspear, the heir to the throne, was titled Prince of Dragonstone. King Aegon Targaryen, also known as Egg from the Tales of Duncan Egg, squired for Sir Duncan the Tall and dreamed of becoming a knight. Aegon was the brother of Maester Aemon Targaryen. He was the fourth son of King Maekar, and he became king after Maester Aemon refused the throne. Being a fourth son of a fourth son, he was nicknamed Aegon the Unlikely. Aegon spent a lot of time with commoners, and he believed that Targaryen incest did more harm than good. So he betrothed 4 of his children to great houses, and all of those betrothals would later be broken because in the end, Egg's children were a lot like him, charismatic and willful. There have been whispers that the slighted lords and the broken betrothals underhandedly led to the tragedy at Summerhall, but not without the help of the Citadel. So I'm not here to tell you what did or didn't happen. I'm here to tell you about the secrets that are in the ruins, the secrets that connect Arya to the ruins, the secrets that connect Rhaegar and Lyanna to the ruins, the secrets that might appear in the show, the secrets in the ashes. Jenny of Old Stones winded up marrying Prince Duncan Targaryen, which was heir to the throne, and he had to give up the throne in order to marry her because she was just a girl from the Riverlands, and that was a marriage that was beneath him, pretty much. So she brought her friend with her to court, a woods witch, the Ghost of Highheart. The Ghost of Highheart told Prince Jaehaerys that the prince who was promised would come from the line of his daughter Rhaella and his son Aerys, which caused Jaehaerys to force them to get married. I did a video on some of the Ghost of Highheart's prophecies, and I will link that at the top. The last year of Aegon's rule, he became obsessed with dragons. Now, he wasn't a mad Targaryen. He was humble as fuck, for real. He thought he needed dragons to force all the lords of the 7 kingdoms to basically spread the wealth. He was like a socialist, the Bernie Sanders of Westeros. He wasn't crazy trying to drink wildfire and morph into dragons, but he was consumed by the search for ancient lore on the dragon breeding of Valyria and commissioned journeys as far as Asai Beneath the Shadow in hopes of rebirthing dragons into the world. Aegon invited those closest to him to Summerhall for the coming birth of his first grandson, Rhaegar Targaryen, the prince whom was promised. But whispers are they were trying to hatch a dragon with sorcery, but something went wrong. There was a fire and many people died, leaving the castle a ruin, but a dragon was born amidst salt and smoke, and that dragon was Rhaegar Targaryen. King Aegon died, Prince Duncan died, Jenny died, Sir Duncan the Tall died. No good has ever come from dreams of dragons. Mishap caused ink to blot out the only existing page of what happened. So no one really knows, but I don't know what they're selling. I'm not buying it. Part 2 of this video will be on my theory of what happened, but today let's stick to the secrets. The castle was ruined and it was Rhaegar's birthplace, but it was his favorite place. The Ghost of Highheart was there. When Daenerys asked Barristan what happened to her, he only answers with Summerhall. She lost her friend, Jenny of Old Stones, in the fire. When Ghost of Highheart comes across Arya, she's scared to death of Arya and calls her cruel for coming to her hill. She says, "I gorged on grief at Summerhall." She also says Arya smells like death. At this time, Arya had killed a few people, I believe, but her traveling companions in the Brotherhood had caught way more bodies than she had. Arya did have a coin from Jaqen, and maybe perhaps it was the coin that smelled like death, and that's what I initially thought, but why mention Summerhall? Were the faceless men behind Summerhall? Were they paid by the Citadel? Maybe, but I think it was something else. I think the ghost of High Heart stayed in the ruins of Summerhall for a long time. Hence the word she used, gorged. She probably didn't leave till around the Battle of Summerhall, and for her to mention Summerhall to Arya, it seems too much to be a coincidence. It's all tied to Lyanna and Rhaegar, and here is why. Prince Rhaegar Targaryen often went there alone, with not even the Kingsguard for company. He would sleep under the stars in the ruined hall and would be inspired to compose songs for his harp about twilights and tears and the death of kings. That's clue number one. At Summerhall, he wrote songs about the death of kings. The phrase gives us a huge clue of why he was obsessed with Summerhall. It was where the ghost of High Heart gorged on grief. In almost every vision we're given by her, it relates to the death of kings, the death of Balon, the death of Robb, the death of Renly, the death of Joffrey were all foreseen by the ghost of High Heart. And how does Tom O'Sevens pay her for her dreams? With songs. When Rhaegar was going there, I believe he was going there to see the ghost of High Heart and hear her prophecies. Then he would play her songs in exchange. I believe she made him change his mind that it was not him, but one of his children whom was the prince that was promised. The ghost of High Heart is more likely some interbred version of a children of the forest, because she's old. She's really old, like she shouldn't be alive old. And we know the children have some connection with the Starks. I also think it was her who informed Rhaegar he would need a Stark, Wolfblood or Lyanna to fulfill the prophecy. Now we know Arya looks like Lyanna and acts like Lyanna. There's no questioning that in the text. When Arya is in the Riverland, she is frightened by Arya and she calls Arya Dark Heart, Wolf Child, Blood Child. Be gone from here. Now, Wolf Child, Blood Child also ties her to Lyanna. Ned talks to Arya and tells her she has the wolf blood. Lyanna had it and Brandon even more. So does Arya remind her of someone? I think so. Could Arya be destined for similar tragedy? Maybe. I hope not, because she is my favorite female character. Now, in the show, they replaced the Ghost of High Heart's visions with some banter between Melisandre and Arya.
I see a darkness in you. In that darkness, eyes staring back at me. Brown eyes, blue eyes, green eyes. Eyes you'll shut forever. We will meet again.
This was supposed to be something similar to the Ghost of High Heart. The darkness in Arya is the same darkness in Bran, the ability to skin change a warg. That's what Melisandre sees, different color eyes when looking into Arya's eyes. Those eyes are the eyes of Nymeria and the eyes of the cats in the canals and Bravos. Melisandre also tells Arya that they will meet again. So my friend AU Pack Mule, I'll link his channel below, pointed out something very, very interesting to me. That was that Melisandre, unglamored, fits the description of Ghost of High Heart, which means that when Arya and Melisandre meet again, and if she is unglamored, we could get some Ghost of High Heart prophecy. And we have seen throughout Game of Thrones seasons 1 through 6 that the showrunners merge storylines to tell the story as close to the story as they can, which means Ghost of High Heart and Melisandre's storyline could converge. And that could mean that Ghost of High Heart was trying to intentionally force the birth of the prince who was promised, or intentionally was trying to fulfill this prophecy with blood magic or some kind of magic. And with Rhaegar Targaryen, Aegon, Jaehaerys, and all involved at Summerhall, the same way that Melisandre tried to force fulfill the prophecy of Azor Ahai with Stannis, which ultimately led to people being burned or sacrificed. And she led Stannis to burn Shireen in the process. Let me know what you guys think of my overall thoughts on what hides in the ruins of Summerhall. Do you think Rhaegar was getting prophecy from the Ghost of High Heart at Summerhall and that's why he loved it there? As always, like this video if you like it. Thanks for all your love and support. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can become a sweet summer child. Okay, my sweet summer children, have a good night.